Okay, so this year's Rás, you'll have Race The Rás as part of it. It's something that hasn't been done before. Can you talk a little about that?
I suppose the idea came about kind of before Christmas last year when one of the actual physiotherapists that worked with me was diagnosed with terminal skin cancer, and I kind of felt I'd like to do something to help raise money. And I'd only taken up cycling last year and had loved the actual cycling and the competitive nature of it and the physical exertion, so I said, we might as well do some kind of fundraising through cycling. And then the idea came into my head, why don't we try and complete the route of the Rás? So I made contact then with Philip Cassidy initially, and he thought it was a fantastic idea and suggested that we actually do the route of the Rás the same day as the actual Rás itself, but head off a couple of hours ahead of the Rás every morning and try and stay ahead of them. So that's how the mad idea started.
Can you talk about your sporting background?
I would have grown up playing Gaelic games and hurling all my life, and it's only, I suppose, in the last couple of years then when I retired from playing Gaelic football that there was kind of a hole there in my life. When I started cycling last year, it filled the gap that was there after retiring from playing football.
What about your memories of cycling as a kid? Was it something you did, or was it something you watched, or what was your involvement?
I remember watching, obviously, like Stephen Roach winning the Tour and the Giro and the World Championships in '87, watching Sean Kelly, Paul Kimmage, all these lads on the television as a kid, and we'd go out and do the same thing and mimic them by racing around the block of houses that was in our estate, and the race comprised of 50 laps around this block. Now, I don't know who was counting the laps, but there was always a dispute over who won, but I think the last race we had ended when one of my brothers crashed into a parked car. So that was the end of that, but that was the extent of my cycling experience as a kid.
You've got quite a few people involved. Can you talk about how you recruited people and what sort of reception you got to the idea?
As a physiotherapist, I would have treated a lot of the inter-county players from around the country over the years, so I just started ringing them and told them that I had this idea of raising money and why I was doing it. And I was struck by how many of them straight away said that they would love to help because they had family members or friends that had been affected by cancer or whatever, and they all said that they'd love to do it. Now that they've actually started doing it, they're kind of questioning their sanity because they see how hard it is, but they're actually enjoying getting back into shape as well, because a lot of these GA players, once they finish playing inter-county football, they retired from doing everything. So from being so active and so fit, they got quite unfit and quite overweight. So there's also plenty of health benefits from their own point of view in doing cycling, which is very low impact on their joints that have taken a lot of punishment over the years as well.
So you ride the same route as the guys in the Rás. Can you talk about what will be planned each day, or how each day will pan out?
We plan to start at least 3 hours, maybe 3.5 hours ahead of the Rás every morning. So on the first day leaving Dunboyne, we're going to start at 8 o'clock, so we'll 4.5 hours ahead of the actual Rás. Christy Cooney, the GA president, has agreed to actually start our Race The Rás that morning in Dunboyne at 8 o'clock. And I think we're giving ourselves the extra time the first day because we'll have a bigger crowd that day, being the first day, between GA fellas doing it and then other cyclists who just want to do the first stage with us. So every day we'll plan to leave a couple of hours ahead of the Rás, and hopefully they won't see us for dust.
What can people do to help?
We've two charities we're collecting for, Goal and the Irish Cancer Society. So people can donate through logging onto our website, www.racetherás.com. Ulster Bank are also one of our sponsors. You can go to any Ulster Bank branch and donate there, or also you can log on to the mycharity.ie website, and Race The Rás is listed on that, and donate through that as well.
And you'll be wearing distinctive jerseys, I believe?
Yeah, we have our own jerseys designed with our different sponsors' logos on it, but the main logo across the front of the jersey is actually the Sun Smart logo, which is the Irish Cancer Society's skin cancer awareness message. And that's probably, we've two aims here. One is to raise the money for the charities, but the second is actually to spread the message about skin cancer and to make people aware how easy it is to get it, and then how to try and prevent it. And one of our sponsors, La Roche-Posay, are donating free sunscreen to all the kids in the GA cool camps. I think 80,000 kids take part in these cool camps during the summer, so they'll all get a free bottle of sunscreen. And we're just trying to get that message across to people that even in this country, when it's not that sunny, there is a risk with our skin type that we have in this country of getting skin cancer quite easily. And we want to get people aware how to try and prevent it, and that's the main message we're trying to get out there.
Okay, finally, you have a few weeks left, so what's the plan between now and the start of the race?
At the moment we train every Saturday and Sunday, and then on a Wednesday night. So starting from this week, I think there's only 47 days left. We're going to start increasing the training during the week to 2 nights and then probably 3 nights a week. It's tough, but we know that if we don't put the training in, we're not going to survive, because we've been warned by cyclists who have taken part in Rosses before about what they call the 1,000-metre stair on day 4 and stuff. So we're looking forward to actually experiencing the highs and lows and the pains of the Ross, and hopefully we'll get around it safely.
Can people, if they want, can they ride the legs with you?
Yeah, we're still looking for cyclists now. You know, we're looking for people that are used to cycling, because we're going to make sure we stay ahead of the Ross. So it's not like a leisure cycle where people could take 9 or 10 hours doing it. So actual people who are fit enough and cyclists who would like to take part in either one or more of the stages can contact us through the website, and there'll be a fee then to join us and to do that stage with us. Or if people want to do the full 8 stages, they can do that as well. So all the information is actually on the website.